What's going on? We're back for another amazing episode of the Innovator Hour, man. You already know what's going on. I got WavyPat in here. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing good. Just enjoying my Friday, you dig. I'm with the bros. We finna turn it up this year. 2020, we going crazy. Shout out to Innovator. Shout out to my guy Nathan for having me. Talk to me, bro.
Off tops. So to start off, can you let people know where you're from and where they can find you on social media?
All right, so look, I was born and raised in North Carolina, but then I moved out of here, and I moved out to Chino, California. I was raised in Eastvale. I was raised in Diamond Bar as well, and I've been out there for about 5 years. I went to high school out at Ayala High School. My friend Ty went to school with me in high school in Ayala, and then my friend Drew, I know him from Don Lugo, and I got my cousin right here that does the photography and is also an artist as well.
Hell yeah. So when did you start making music, bro?
Man, I had a love for basketball. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You was a hooper?
I was a hooper.
What position?
Point guard, coldest. They know what it is. I'm still the coldest. I was at 24 last night. I was giving them buckets. I had to let them know. I was giving them buckets because it's all facts. Everybody on my line, they know too.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, so I started making music around I want to say 2016. That was the big year for, Yachty, a lot of rappers, 21 Savage, Kodak, and, I just started, getting the vibe with them. These are some of my favorite artists coming up. So I started around that year, I started transitioning to, throwing parties in high school. So I started getting my name relevant through that.
See, that is actually a good-ass method that I see a lot of people even using to this day.
Yeah, of course.
Throwing parties, definitely a way to get your name out there.
Yeah, of course. It's promotion. And,
Hell yeah.
if you get people to, join your team, your movement, and, you all positivity and love, shoot, I don't see why you're not hanging out with that person,
Yeah.
But, that's what I did in high school, and I transitioned it around that time when nobody was really making music and, doing photography. But, I got a lot of love for people that's doing it now. But at that time, they wasn't.
Yeah.
So I joined, and, it just was vibes. And I was just I had a love for music since 7.
Yeah.
So that's basically when I kind of started as well. But then, I transitioned to 16, and I was in high school and doing my thing,
Yeah.
So I got to 18, I dropped this song called Space Jam. Everybody know about Space Jam. My guy, DJ Type B right here, he know about Space Jam. When I dropped it, it went insane. That was one of my first songs. I did it with my boy, Samaj,
Yeah.
But at that time, some things happened, but, all love. But at the end of the day, that was my first song, and it blew up from there. So,
How does it feel to, drop your first song and the shit's popping?
Man, I'm not going to lie. I kind of dropped the song, a couple days after I did this first performance. So I put it in my head of, I just don't have this fear in anything. Even doing, interviews, you're just being myself, just keeping 100, staying 10 toes, never folding. At the end of the day, I feel like if you don't put that fear into you now, you won't have it later on, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I just, I put the heart and passion, I'm an artist. This is what I want to be for my future. I don't want to be anything else. And, from that day on, I did my thing, and I went up from there.
How hard was it for you to put that fear past you?
Man, it was kind of hard because I'm not going to lie, I had other couple performances at the Observatory in Orange County.
Yeah.
So it was my first time. I was young. I'm 17. I'm doing, promoters are asking me to do, shows.
Yeah.
And, at the same time, it's fun, but you got to be professional.
Hell
so
yeah.
I was just learning. I was hyped up, but, it brought me out, and, I started getting professional and knowing the route of, moving and doing performances. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
What artists did you grow up listening to?
Man, Lil Wayne, Drake, 2 Chainz, who else can I say? Everybody in that 2010 era was my favorite artist because it was a versatility. You had the trap, then you had Future, you had everybody. So at that point, I'm listening to all this music, and then we having all the dances being created. The Whoa. What else can I think? I can't even think. There's so many. I can't even think about.
Did you hear that new Drake song?
Hey, it's fire.
Drake Future
shout out Drake and Future.
Motherfuckers were saying that when I got on Twitter this morning, people were saying that they didn't like it, but then I was like,
nah, I love it.
Let me go listen to it.
Man, I
thought it was straight though.
I thought it was tight too.
Yeah.
I like how they did the switch over. Future came on.
It just sound like it's 2 different songs, but I like when Future come on too though.
Yeah, because he took the song. He got the energy, boy.
Drake was kind of chilling. Future came and turned up.
It was cool.
Nah, I fuck with that for sure.
Yeah.
What is your process like for selecting beats and working on lyrics for your songs?
So selecting beats, man, I've been around a lot of producers. Shout out to them. Shout out to my boy right here, DJ Type B. We started from the bottom.
Yeah.
When I was 16 years old, we had a little mini laptop, didn't have the best software. We ran it up, and, here we are now. So I worked with a lot of producers. My boy right there, a couple other people that work with my boy DC the Don. You know, shout out to him. So when it comes down to beats, I used to look on YouTube. I used to be one of those artists, but you know now I'm going through the internet and you know I'm dropping music with other producers, so I'm kind of gaining beats from them and you know migrating them into projects to drop for 2020.
Hell yeah! So what can we expect in 2020?
Man, expect the album, expect the single next week. And, you know,
you got a new single dropping next week?
I got a new single next week coming out, baby.
Okay.
You already know
What's the name?
Hey, I can't give you a name for it.
Can't give you the name?
It's some heme. It's everything's a surprise. Hey, I'm talking to Silas. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see it's going to drop just like this.
You got a day next week they can be looking forward to?
On the 14th. Look out for it.
Off tops.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the new record out now. It's called Mission.
Oh,
I listened to it. I listened to it before you came. I was like, okay, this shit go crazy.
Yes, sir.
Why the name, though?
Mission, man, because, you know, my life, you know, it's really crazy, man. This is part where it gets deep, man. I ain't gonna lie, but I've been through a lot of stuff, man. You know, I got incarcerated, you know, for, you know, I was growing up, you know, hanging out, you know, with some people I probably shouldn't have, and, you know, we made a bad decision, and, you know, just I don't want to speak further on it, but, you know, I was incarcerated, man. I had a rough past 2 years, but, you know, 2020, man, it really brought me to joy because, you know, it just made me feel grateful that God, like, still allowing me to be here and not be incarcerated and give my fans music because, you know, they know the real me. It was just, you know, it was a misunderstanding. And, you know, at the end of the day, this is real life reality. So whatever you do and whatever you do in this world is just going to count. So, you know, no matter what. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's all positivity, love, you know. I'm not hating nobody. I'm moving forward with my career, and, you know, we're running it up this year.
Off tops. I mean, we glad that you're free, and you know,
of course,
we don't need no more black men in the system. So we're trying to stay away from that.
Stay away from the streets, man.
Off tops.
All positivity, love.
What was the mindset when you was writing that song, though?
Oh, the mindset for the... Man, I just been through so much, like I said, that I kept piecing stuff together. So parts of my life of going to jail and then, you know, coming out, grinding in the studio and then working with producers. So it's a mission because I'm trying to get to my journey. Yeah. You know, so once I get to my journey, then it's reached and that was the mission was completed. Yeah. You know, so that's basically what I stand for. That.
Can you tell me about, I guess I don't know if you have another one, but a challenging obstacle you faced in your career and how did you overcome that?
Okay, so yeah, you know, I used to, basically a challenging obstacle was just like I can put beats because, you know, you got to like force yourself into that field of, you know, proving yourself almost like, hey, what do you have to offer me? You know, because this is a business at the end of the day. Yeah. So that was a problem. You know, me and my boy, we was making beats. We had songs, but they never dropped and they never were put on platforms because, you know, we knew we didn't have the right equipment at the time. And, you know, we still produced and, hey, this is what we're working on. This is what it's going to sound like in the future. But, you know, until then, it was kind of hard. And then I dropped songs and producers started tapping it with me. And it went from 1 to, like, you know, 5 and then spreading out. So it was a challenge, man. I had no beats. So you got to have your beats.
You don't make your own. You don't make beats. Okay.
No, I don't make no beats. Just strictly artists.
Yes, I think that is something that you hear artists like going through, even though you would never really expect it. But it's like, it's so many sides to music. And then, like, you really, like, if you get a solid producer that'll give you shit for free, then you can roll with that. But sometimes people want money for sure. So then you got to work out then, and you got to work out back end stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a lot of things that are intel in the industry that, you know, you might not know until you really, like,
get adjusted to, you know, to you doing your thing.
Yeah. What is a perfect day for WavyPat?
Perfect day for WavyPat. Kicking with my bros, just all smiles, man. You know, I'm a fun person, man. Like, I don't like no negativity, man. Just, I like to run with just positivity, love. That's my main thing. That's why I keep repeating it because, like I said, I've been through so much, man. Like, nobody never judged me. And, you know, I just feel like just, you know, all positivity and love is just strong. So if you got a strong team, you keep that together, you know, you could really go far. And, like, a perfect day would just be kicking with my bros. We go out to L.A., go to a studio session, do something like this, something productive for the future to build our team. And, you know, basically that's what I would say. Perfect day.
I gotta ask you because I'm seeing this shine right now. Who did your chain, man?
Oh man, hey, shout out to my guy Jeremy, man. Hey, Jeremy blessed me, man. I'm telling you, 2018, man. I got my WavyPat chain. This was inspired by, you know, Famous Dex when he had his Dexter chain. Yeah. So, you know, like, I always looked up to Rich the Kid, those type of people in music. So I was like, I gotta give me something that look like Dexter. So you know what I'm saying? So
that shit shining. All right, he iced up. He came through iced up. You already know.
Man, on some humble. Man, I'm humble about it, man. I got my set. I'm cool. I don't like to flake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I look nice though.
Thank you. I appreciate that though.
What is your favorite food spot to go to right now?
Favorite food spot? I want to say Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. Chick-fil-A.
Have you had the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese?
I never had it.
You never? I've had it. It's cool.
It's fire.
It ain't like my grandma shit, but it's cool.
Hey, shout out to my auntie though. Hey, her mac and cheese fire.
My auntie got fire ass mac and cheese too. But
nothing like no homie.
Chick-fil-A is good for sure, bro.
Man.
I like to ask this question to everyone who comes on the show. If you could pick yourself to be any animal in the world, what would it be and why?
Any animal?
Yeah.
Man, I got to be a lion, man, because, I got to be strong for my family. I got to be a protector,
Yeah.
That's how I envision it now, and that's how I'm envisioning it for the rest of my life. So I got to be strong. I got to, I got to keep my guard up at all times.
Yeah, all times. I like that. What advice can you give to independent artists?
Man, don't sign too early, man. Just stay faithful to yourself, be you, express your words, if you're going for a flow and if you're going for a vibe that you feel like is for you, create off that, stay in your own lane, don't try to copy nobody, just, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, be yourself, just be 100, stay true to yourself. That's all I can say.
So how do you manage, like, being yourself in this new era where you see, like, a lot of artists and just people in general who do a lot of shit for clout chasing purposes? Like, you feel me? How do you stay away from shit like that?
Man, I just, like I said, man, I came to the interview. I'm finna go do something else and I'm going home, man. Yeah. That's all it is, man. If it's not money involved, it's not business related, I feel like it's a waste of time. And, like I said, I'm not really done with, being incarcerated, I'm being on probation. Like, all my fans, they keep me going. And when I was down, they kept me up, man. So it's just, like, grateful. I'm about to be on probation this summer, be able to travel, do more stuff like this with other people as well, be in the studio, work with other artists. So, man, it's going to be great, man. It's all love.
What is something that most people don't know about you?
Man, like, I feel like I don't know, man. I've been in a lot of studio sessions with a lot of people, and I feel like they see my potential, but like I only do so much in that studio. But then I know myself, given with a chance, like I could really go given with that chance. I'm gonna get there, but when I get to that point, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, because I just feel like I'm destined, man. Like, I'm just really faithful, man. I just love this music. I got a strong passion for music, man.
Hell yeah.
So it's lit.
How would you describe your sound?
My sound, man, shout out to my dog K-Town. This wouldn't be possible without him, because in high school, not everybody is the best with school. I wasn't in school like that, but like people was cheering my music on, and that's where I was at. I was at the studio, third period, like you're not showing up for school. I was in the studio putting work. Yeah. I guess I went backwards, but hey, it's out of a good thing. But shout out to him. Yeah. He made my sound. I could always sing. So I just decided to do some rap and sing. Yeah. So I mixed it up, and it just became WavyPat. I just started, beat selection was wavy. Yeah. Just the way I dress. Appearance. So just creating your role model, you having a style.
Nah, I'm peeping the music. The shit is definitely real wavy. You, bro.
So appreciate that. A lot of new music coming this year. Hey, I can't wait for y'all to hear it. I'm super excited.
Song dropping next week.
Yeah, come on, let's get it.
What do you think has changed most of your music over the years?
Man, just going to different studios and just, really grinding and finding my sound, because, I have two engineers now. I have my boy K-Town, and then I got my boy Jack on the beat. Shout out to him. I just got referred by my boy JoJo. Yeah. He hooked me up, and another artist was recording through him, so he helped me out and said, hey, this person's working with these people from Atlanta Records, and, he does this for this person and that. So I started working with him. So just finding your sound in these different studios, and, just them engineer your voice, and you never being there, because that's important,
How hard is it to find the right engineer for you, though?
Not really hard, man, because I'm so, everything I want to say, I'm a writer, so, I can freestyle at the same time, but when I write, it's a whole different ballgame. I have something to speak about, you know. Like, so, at the end of the day.
What is the place that you want to travel to?
Man, I want to go to, like, Germany or France.
Yeah. I want to go to Amsterdam so bad, it's not even funny.
Man, something foreign, man. I just want to go out somewhere out of the country, man, with my bros. Canada, something like that, too. Yeah. So that's be tight.
What other artists do you like right now?
Man, some of my favorite artists right now, just because they have that melodic sound, I would say Gunna, Thug, I want to say NLE Chopper, Dirk for sure. Yeah. Who else can I name right now that's in the game? There's a lot of people just with a melodic sound, I don't have I listen to everybody. I listen to, like, Sam Smith, because I get other ideas from that. Yeah. I'm a visual person, so I kind of look at it differently from other people's perspective on going, like, in a different route to get into the fame. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I would say. I just melodic style.
All times. What is the biggest lesson you've learned in the industry so far?
Ooh, Oh, yeah, man, this is a key one, man. Don't put your trust in no one. Put your trust in yourself, and investments is important.
Yeah.
So whatever you spending your money on and your time is important. And, everybody find out it's a hard way in life. So at the end of the day, if you can come back from that and, push forward and move forward, of course, do your thing. But, spend your money wisely. So
why do you think it's so hard? Like, I feel like nowadays people are not as reluctant to invest in themselves nowadays.
Honestly, it's a lot of other things. There's drugs out there, it's clothes, it's fashion, and, some people either are competing or, they're staying in their own lane. They don't care about those things,
Yeah.
Either way is fine, I don't judge nobody. But, one way is going to get you this far, and then the other way is going to get you completely all the way, so.
I personally believe investing in yourself is like
it's key,
the best thing you can do.
Key, because it's like it's going to keep boosting you to get to each next level. If you kind of just sitting back, you're going to just be, unless you're comfortable, you're going to be sitting right there forever. But
I feel like if I knew now, if I knew what I knew now when I was a teenager about like investing in yourself and like doing hella shit, looking back on shit, I might have not even went to college, bro. I would have just started doing interviews.
That's what I'm thinking too.
From like 5 years ago right
that's
now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't even have this picture because I was, like I said, a basketball player.
Yeah.
But, the fact that I just put the ambition to like, I can sing. Like, I'm put the ambition to this, and this is really what I love.
Yeah.
You just run with it, man. It's crazy, man. But if I would have seen that back then before the basketball, like, people are blowing up. You got kids blowing up at 15, 16, millions of followers from, like, memes, or they can really sing. So it's just talent, man. Like, some people got it like that. Some other people work towards, and it takes them a minute. So
hell yeah. How do you feel about this, like, World War III shit, this Donald Trump shit going on?
Man, they better not draft me. That's what I would say, man.
Would you be down to go to the draft, or what would you choose?
Look, I might have to go, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Look, if they come knocking on my door and they making a big deal out of it, man, I'm gonna have to go. But if not, man, like I said, I'm praying for all the soldiers out there, their families, and condolences to the people that's not here. But hopefully this calms down. Like I said, it's all peace, love. I don't like no violence because it don't result to nothing.
Yeah,
just dead people, and God don't want nobody dead. Especially young soldiers.
Hell yeah, long times. Can we expect like shows, videos? What?
Yeah. So I got like 3 more music videos. Shout out to my boy Nico, baby. He did. My guy Nathan know him too. So shout out to him. We got a song called "Pass It Out." So the video is dropping, I believe, next week as well. So yeah, that's coming out. And then I got 2 more videos that I'll be doing for the new song, and then some more stuff that's coming off this EP that I'm about to drop called "Under the Sea."
Yeah. Any shows coming?
Any shows? Not right now, not announced yet. But I'm working with this booking agency right now, and we're getting some things lined up for February. So.
What is the artist that you want to collab with in the future?
Man, I want to collab with Dirk, or it's got to be Dirk or Bino, Nipsey, one of Nipsey's closest friends. So one of those 2 people for sure now. But other than that, I want to see where I'm at in my career and, work with the people at that time. So just work with anybody, like I said. So, yeah.
What do you think it will take for you to take it to the next level?
Man, just more grinding, ambition. Last year I stacked a lot of music for this year, so I'm a picky person, so I don't want to drop nothing that's like, I'm very critique on things, so I want to make sure it's like really like crystal clear, everything is perfect, because I had music before that was cool, but at the same time I want to, you got to get your name out there. You got to have the sound, you got to have the equipment, and, it costs money, and you got to put investment. So
this project that you released this year, this will be like your first official project.
Yeah, it'll be my first official project.
Because I was peeping, you dropped hella singles previously.
Yes, yeah.
I seen like an artist that I fuck with named Capolo do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So like he was just kind of saying like it was no point to drop a project if as he was trying to gain the fan base. He thought that the single game was more vital because he was able
something to hear real quick.
Exactly.
Because you want to have the foundation to push the EP, and then to push the if you don't want to start off and it's like nobody gonna listen to it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's all, you feel me? People still listen to it. You got some fans.
Yeah, tough. I think it's a great idea. Yeah. And I know, moving forward, you're gonna keep killing shit, bro.
Yeah, man, definitely, bro. This year, I'm definitely, super ambition, and it's just a lot more than music. I can tell you that, man. So I'm definitely gonna be up there with the big dogs. I just gotta keep putting the work in.
Do you have any ventures outside of music that you would want to pursue one day?
Definitely a business.
Yeah.
I had this thing called Sunshine Entertainment.
Yeah.
My bros definitely know about this.
Yeah.
It was me and my boy Ty B and a few other people that aren't here in the group no more.
Yeah.
Like, the group's not. It's basically, I'm gonna make it into an LLC because the group, like, the people are not here.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a clothing brand.
Okay.
So the logo's pretty tight. So I'm gonna just be putting on T-shirts, throwing them in the crowd with my other WavyPat merch. So.
Yeah, which is dope.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
For my final question, I want to ask you, what advice can you give to a younger artist who's trying to get into music?
man, just be true to what you're doing, because at the same time, I mean, it's not too much of an embarrassment. It's just like you don't want to waste that time. You know, time is flying by. People are dying. You know, people are living. So it's like, make sure you got a purpose when you're doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's my main thing. Don't waste no time, because time is money. You know,
time is for sure money.
You can't waste no time.
Times. Can you give the people your Instagram so they know where to follow you at, bro?
Yeah, so y'all can follow me on Instagram at WavyPat_. You dig? Twitter at WavyPat. SoundCloud WavyPat. Etc. is WavyPat. You type it in on Google, WavyPat. So there you go, you guys.
Big 2020 coming for WavyPat.
Yes,
new record dropping soon. Shows, videos, everything, all type of shit.
Come on, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Man, I appreciate you too. Thank you for having me, bro. Yeah, we're going up this year. Yeah.